whosoever is associated with the school, whatever problems he is facing, whatever concerns he has, one they would look up to for the solutions, and one who is expected to resolve the issues is principal. So in this particular quotation, it is not that anything which is which concerned officially or within the office time that the principal is concerned. Principal is like a father figure. As father has a role in a family, so principal has a role in the school or in an educational institution. We have said several things. What are the functions of the principal? What are the responsibilities? And we even in the, got too technical also. What are the types of administration? And in that we talked of aristocratic style. We talked of democratic style. We talked of synergistic style. We have got theoretical discussion a lot. Then we came down to different functions which he performs, like maintaining the infrastructure, like keeping the staff up to date and refresh and motivated, and then keeping the students' welfare in mind, and most of all, to keep the system running smoothly, the teaching learning process carrying on effectively. There are a couple of more slides on the subject, that who is going to be a successful principal. What is the key to success? So that very first opening quotation we refer to on the same line. This is the first key to success, I would say. If you want to keep the staff motivated, if you want the staff should give their maximum, if you want to be more of a leader than of a commander, in order to enhance working efficiency, staff must have the pre and on job training. I have been emphasizing two important things. One is that if you want the best out of some staff member, then he should at least have two qualities simultaneously. One, he should be knowledgeable. He should be qualified enough to do his job. Second thing, he has a high motivational level. He's dedicated to the task. He's willing to perform to the best of his abilities. So two things at a time are must. Willingness to perform to the best of the potential. Number two, has the knowledge of performing the task. So when we talk of the knowledge to perform the task, then while selecting the staff member, select it on merit. Real good, who have got some degree from a renowned university, and they have got a good knowledge reservoir. But then you have not to let that knowledge stagnate while you have selected them. Then you put them into the job. Then on the job training must be given. That is important. And I, as a principal, let me tell you that even if a teacher, MA special education qualified, was selected, I still would hesitate to put her in the class right away. No, for first month at least, I would just tell her, attach her with most experienced, and there's a different shade difference between the staff members. One who's dedicated teacher, more than anybody else. So I would, for a month, I will put that new young teacher. Maybe she's highly qualified, coming with latest knowledge. Still, experience has its own place. So I would put her as an apprentice with that senior teacher. She would sit back in the class, see how the class is being conducted by that experienced teacher. That experienced teachers slowly and slowly baptize her, tell her to have some micro teaching practices, that is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to begin with, and then handing her complete class at the end of that one month. So once she is satisfied and gives go ahead signal, then only then she is allotted independently a class. So suffice it to say here is that pre and on the job training is important, and that is to be arranged and ensured. It is key to the success of the effective teaching learning process if the principal makes that available. Not only that, new teachers are groomed, all teachers are provided refresher courses. Now, all teachers, experienced teachers, normally would relax, saying that they have enough experience to back up. But then you have to convince the new teachers that new techniques are coming up, innovations are being introduced. IT has a greater role in teaching learning process. So why not with the old teachers remain updated regarding the new teaching techniques, new teaching and professional skills. That the side of that should be looked up. And apart from giving them training to both the young teachers and the experienced teacher, there is a need that conducive teaching learning environment should be provided to them in the classroom, such as comfortable classroom as far as the weather extremities are concerned, then proper furniture, and then the reasonable workload of periods or classes. Then key to success, another key to success is accept staff's opinion. Now, final word would be, of course, that of the principal. He being responsible and having more knowledge and more experience, ultimately his verdict or his decision is to be enforced. But before taking that decisions, how about getting opinion from the staff? Maybe some bright ideas come up, and if they are convincing, and if they are good enough, and if most of other staff members listen to it and endorse them, why not to put them in practice? Okay. So it is always good, even if their ideas are no good, then they are carrying those ideas with them. Let them blow out in the meeting or in the conference, listen to them, and then satisfy them why those ideas cannot be implemented or practiced right away. So the underlying principle is to make them feel. Now, the spelling of the word principle is not correct here. It should be PLE. The underlying principle is to make them feel that they are valued and respected, and that their contribution to the company, meaning by here the educational setup, is appreciated. Then group activities with staff outside office hours. Now we should have a formal relationship during the office times. That is a must. There's always a decorum, and there's always a distance, just like the distance between father and the rest of the family is. But still, when time permits, when the resources permit, when it is appropriate, then the excursion trips, the other social activities uh, should be encouraged, because in those informal meetings, some things usually come up which in formal meetings people are hesitate to share. Then provide opportunities to staff to develop. Provide opportunities to staff to develop. This is another key to success. And by that we mean that the staff, let the staff not stagnate professionally. So they should always be bucked up. They should always be encouraged, that they should improve their qualification, they should improve their knowledge, and for that, the setup should provide them opportunities, facilitate them with finances if possible, with leave, of course, uh, because their normal leave probably would be too less for a study. So one can always facilitate them for by arranging their